Marketing on social media can be great and effective, but it also can be a huge time suck. So today we're going to talk about 5 AI and automation tools that we use over here at Cultish to help boost the productivity and the efficiency of our content marketing creation. But before we do, want to know our most forbidden marketing secrets that turn your audience into raving fans who gobble up your every offer, fiercely reject your competition, and go out to do your selling for you? If that sounds like something you need in your business or for your clients, go join our private Cultish marketing school group over at forbiddenmarketingsecrets.com. When you do, you'll get access to things we don't dare share on YouTube. There's a whole community of business owners and marketers just like you who love to geek out on marketing and cult building psychology, waiting to connect with you. So if you dig what we're doing here and you want access to the stuff that YouTube won't let us show you, go join the Cultish marketing community over at forbiddenmarketingsecrets.com. All right, welcome back to Forbidden Marketing Secrets. I'm Nathan Frazier.
And I'm Lily Elizabeth.
And today we're going to be talking about all of the different tools that we use inside of Cultish to crank out content like nobody's business. And I'm going to say, over the last couple of years, before that, it was like a slow progression, content marketing and social media marketing. There was tools and it started getting easier and easier, but it was still pretty time consuming when you came on.
Yeah.
We were still spending a lot of time managing stuff.
Yes.
But over the last year or so, the upgrade in the different tools and the introduction of a bunch of new tools has made it to where we're just burning through creating content left and right like it's nobody's business. I already said that.
Cranking it out.
There we go. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today is the tools, some of our favorite tools. This is not going to be a list of every tool that we use, but our top 5 favorite tools that we're using right now to create content for ourselves and for our clients. And let's go ahead and just start with the first one. I've got Poe. This is like one of my favorite tools. And you also use Poe?
I love Poe.
Okay, so let's talk about how we use Poe. And I think it's Poe.com.
Yep, exactly.
Is the website. It's $20 a month. And the cool thing about it is it gives you access to all kinds of different LLMs. You can get ChatGPT on there. You can get Gemini. You can get Claude. I think Grok is on there now. And then there's also a bunch of image generators. So it's not just the large language models, but almost every AI tool out there is right there in one place for one price per month. And I love it for that.
Me too. For $20 a month, I get access to hundreds of thousands of large language models.
Is it hundreds of thousands?
Hundreds of thousands.
Holy cow.
I Googled it.
Okay, I did not know it was that expensive.
It's so much. Like you get tons and tons of large language models. And it's really cool because you can pick and choose what you like for different projects.
Okay, you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of, that's crazy that we went from ChatGPT and maybe one or two other ones a year ago to where now there's hundreds of thousands of them.
Totally. And you can make your own and sell them or make them available to the public. So I have a feeling that's quite a bit. That's a big chunk of that hundred of thousands.
Yeah, because you can build on pre-existing models, tweak them, make them your own, and then sell subscriptions to them.
It's super cool how customizable it is. I like to build my own custom bots, and honestly, the main thing I use Poe for is your micro magic chatbot.
Okay. So that's one example. I've noticed. First disclaimer, because I have ChatGPT and I have Poe. I have 2 separate accounts, and one of the things that I've noticed first off is they don't work exactly the same. Sometimes I get different results from ChatGPT 4.5 inside of Poe than I would get inside of my regular ChatGPT.
Totally. I completely agree with you. I'll notice sometimes the wording is different. The way that it lays it out is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. Same thing with Claude Sonnet. I've noticed that the regular subscription to Claude Sonnet is not always the same results that I get inside of Poe, but very close.
Very close. I will say with Poe, you don't get access to certain features. Like I had to buy ChatGPT again. I thought, oh, I'm just going to abandon my ChatGPT membership because I have Poe. What's the need? But then deep research came out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's a good point.
Yeah.
Some of the features in some of the large language models, like deep research in ChatGPT, is not available, at least not right away, inside of Poe. They give you access to like the core part of the LLM.
Yeah.
But any extra features, sometimes you have to set up a secondary subscription in the official app of whatever LLM. The other thing that I've noticed is inside of Poe, using ChatGPT for brainstorming, using ChatGPT for specific tasks like, hey, I'm trying to figure out a name for this product, or I'm trying to figure out how to set up an ad campaign that accomplishes this. ChatGPT is great for that, but when it comes to actually writing copy, ChatGPT is not that great. But Claude is a little bit better, even inside of Poe. Poe's version of Claude is better than ChatGPT for writing copy.
Ooh.
So having both of them in one place where I can just bounce back and forth, or if I'm trying a task, I've got a prompt and I don't like the way it's working on ChatGPT, instead of copy and pasting the prompt to a whole different service, I just go into the settings for that prompt, switch it from ChatGPT over to Claude, and then try it on Claude, and it's just a click of a button. And so you can try all of the different models against each other, and you can see what works best for which task. And that's really what I love the most about Poe.
Yeah, that is so cool. How it's customizable. You can change it from Grok to Gemini to Claude to ChatGPT 3.5 or 4.0 or whatever you want.
I love it.
That is cool.
All right, so Poe is our first one. What's our second one?
ManyChat.
Okay, and you brought this one to my attention recently.
This one's kind of new. I love it. It's an Instagram partner, and so it automates your DMs. And we were talking about two-step posts last time, and it is so helpful for the two-step posts.
So for people that don't know, explain what a two-step post is.
So that's going to be a post where I'm asking you to raise your hand and tell me you're interested by commenting a specific keyword. So comment content or cultish in the comments below, and I'll send you more info. That is the two-step post. And ideally, the person on the other side is going to get an immediate DM or some kind of value on the other side in their messages.
Ideally, if you're not using something like ManyChat, explain what it was like before we discovered ManyChat.
So our two-step posts are posted on like 4 or 5 different platforms, and I would have to go and there would be at least 300 comments on all the different posts. 300 times 5, got so many comments to go and reply to, and I'm going and copying and pasting the same message over and over again.
Yeah, and so and some of them slip through, and then you get people being like, I commented, how come you didn't send me the thing?
Totally.
It could be a full-time job. We have another guy that does that for us as well.
Yep.
And it pretty much is a full-time job for him to handle that. But ManyChat automates it. You just say, hey, when anybody comments on this channel, this comment on any post or reel, go ahead and send them this message, deliver the thing that we promised, and now we just set it and forget it. We don't have to go in and monitor comments and do any of that stuff.
Exactly. It's a set it and forget it automation. You can set up a ton of different automations for different social medias and different keywords. So that is really cool. And also just the fact that when they comment, you can like the comment and reply to it under the post as well. So
automated likes and replies.
Yeah, automated. You're not doing it. AI is doing it, baby.
Which is cool. And the other thing that I'm split on this one.
Yeah.
Because at least in America, it seems like you're not able to integrate it with TikTok, which we get a lot of traction on TikTok.
We do, and that was heartbreaking to find out. I really wanted all three platforms to work with it, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, but I guess the USA is left out for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll have to get Trump on that, have him fix it. Okay, there goes our comments section. All right, next one. And this again is a tool that I was not very familiar with, but you are a huge fan of.
I do.
And we're going to talk about CapCut.
I like CapCut. It's easy to use, and it's simple. I like the fact that you can choose 8, 10, 2, 3 different images and videos, and it'll automatically sync it up to some trending audio. Whatever audio you choose, could be trending or not.
So CapCut is a video editing software?
Yeah, and it's super, super simple and easy to use.
And you showed me some of the ones. You recently went to a glass blowing class.
Yes, that
and
was so fun.
You took a bunch of footage and you just put it into CapCut and it automatically cut it and it had the cuts happen at the beats of the song, and it just laid out all the different like popping in of images. I don't know what the correct terms here are, but you just feed it the footage and it cuts and edits it for you.
Exactly. It comes up with all those fancy transitions and attention grabbing effects. It even comes up with, there's auto captions in there if you're a talking head and you want to, if you're not comfortable with the script yet or Adobe Premiere and you want to play around and still crank out content, CapCut is ideal.
And see, I think that's the thing is CapCut, from what I've looked at it, it seems like if you're just getting into it or if you really want to make it as fast as possible, but you don't want to have as much control. Descript gives you a lot of control. Adobe Premiere gives you a lot of control.
Definitely.
CapCut has less control, less features, but it just has the core ones that content creators need.
Exactly. And honestly, I think it's useful if you don't have your computer nearby and you want to crank out a video. If I'm on vacation and I'm not, I'm at a glass blowing class and I don't have my computer, but I still want to make a personal post and show you guys what I'm all about, that is how I'm going to do it.
Okay. I'm probably going to have to download CapCut because the stuff that you were putting out with it is impressive. So I'll go check it out. Next one that we've got, man, Lily, I feel like this is your episode. Next one that we've got is Canva. Again, one that I don't use because I like Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator.
Very professional.
Yeah. But you put out almost all of your visual content through Canva.
I love Canva. Like I said with CapCut, it's easy to use. I can do it on my cell phone. I don't need my computer nearby, which I love. And you can do a lot of different things with Canva. You can... Honestly, what I use it for a lot is my cover photos, and there's tons and tons of templates for you to choose from. Video, ads, sales letter, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. So looking at it, and I tried using Canva a couple of years ago, and it was just not as good as it seems to be now.
Ooh, yeah.
But looking at it, it seems to have a bunch of different templates for a bunch of different predefined uses. It's got stuff for vertical view. It's got stuff for landscape view. It's got stuff for ads, Facebook ads. It's already got the templated size that Facebook wants your ads to be in.
Yes, makes it easy.
Yeah, and it seems much like CapCut, Canva seems to, it strips down a lot of the real fine detailed tools that a super professional might want to have, but it streamlines it for all of the stuff that if you're just using it to create social media content, it seems like mostly for social media content.
Yeah, definitely.
And it strips out everything that all the like extra bells and whistles and just leaves you with the stuff that most people are going to need to use.
Exactly. And it has some cool tools like you can outline. We talked about with our thumbnails how it's important to outline the subject and the subject to make it easy on the viewer's eye, differentiate between the background and the subject. And that's definitely something I use Canva for. I always outline myself in my thumbnails and cover photos.
And you said it has pre-built templates, and I saw some of the ones that when I was scrolling through the YouTube thumbnail style that we like to do, that I spend an hour per thumbnail on. It looks like Canva has very similar style ones that are already pre-built, and it's just drag and drop and it's ready to go.
Exactly. You literally copy and paste whatever image or upload whatever image you want, whatever subject, talking head, and change the color of the text and you're good.
Okay. So I could see how I can see why you're able to crank them out and I spend an hour on them. So maybe I'm going to have to switch over to Canva.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. The next and final one for this episode is a tool. This was probably the first automation tool that you started using when you started working with us.
Yep.
And it's Later. And I still haven't dove into this particular tool yet, but you're still using it. And explain what Later is.
Later is cool, especially if you have multiple clients and you're doing social media for them and cranking out content for them. Later is super cool because you can batch create your content and schedule your posts ahead of time. And that is so helpful. Kind of similar similar thing to where I'm copying and pasting over and over again with the comments. This time I don't have to copy and paste captions over and over again and go and make sure I'm consistently posting them on 5 different platforms. Instead, I go to one platform and I drag and drop my image or video, whatever my post is, and it's automatically uploaded to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. It even does LinkedIn and Pinterest.
So you upload it in later.
Yep.
And then later feeds it to all of the other different services.
Exactly.
Okay. I can see why that would, especially if you're doing video content.
Yes.
If you're waiting 5 minutes for it to upload over on YouTube, and then you have to put in the captions and the title.
Yeah.
And then you got to go over to Rumble and upload it there. And then you
Yep.
got to go to Facebook and upload it. And then you got to go to Instagram. I could see how uploading it once and just letting it, and then you said you can schedule it so you can, you like to do like a whole week's of work
Yep.
in one day.
I do. I like to crank it out.
All right.
I like to get it done.
And so you could have, hey, this piece of content goes out on Wednesday, this one goes out on Friday, this one goes out on Monday.
Yeah, you can plan it out. And honestly, the original reason why I liked Later so much compared to like another platform like Hootsuite was because you could visually plan out your feed. So we were talking last time about how it's helpful, that familiarity aspect is helpful when a viewer comes to your page. And you can plan that out and make your feed look really pretty and customizable and see exactly what a customer would see when visiting your Instagram or Facebook.
Okay. One thing that, and we're going to have to experiment with this.
Yeah.
Jason, one of the guys in our AI copywriting mastermind,
Yeah.
he brought this up, and I've noticed this as well, is posting from a third-party service like Later.
Yeah.
Sometimes hurts your content or Hootsuite. I haven't tried it with Later, but I have tried it with Hootsuite.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that when you post something from Hootsuite and X or whatever says posted by Hootsuite,
Ooh, I don't like
it
that.
doesn't give, well, they don't like it either.
Yeah.
They don't send it out to as many people. So I don't know if Later suffers the same thing, but I have noticed that at least with Hootsuite, please don't sue me, Hootsuite. I have noticed that at least with Hootsuite, scheduling them through a third-party app hurts the algorithmic juice of a post. We haven't played with it with Later, but I think that's something that we should experiment with and
We
then
definitely should.
come back and let people know.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, man, I think that's it. I think we went through our top 5 tools. One thing that I was going to say is there is, speaking of Jason, he's playing around with something called Manus.
Yes. Totally. I watched him play around with that. That was cool.
Okay, so I'm a little bit skeptical of it because it's a Chinese product and I don't want to give a Chinese product complete control over my computer.
Totally.
Who knows what it's going to put, who knows where it's going to go on the internet and what it's going to save to your hard drive and what kind of incriminating evidence can be used against you. I'm a little bit skeptical of that. But it does look intriguing. I might go buy a new MacBook just for that. So that's a tool that we didn't have a chance to dive into yet, but it's almost at the point where I'm going to have to, and maybe we'll do a full episode on that particular AI automation tool because it's AI and automation all in one. If you'd like to see that episode and you want to put me in a spot where China has control over my MacBook, let me know in the comments if you use a particular tool for automating or use it for AI automation in your content marketing creation that we did not cover on this episode. Let us know in the comments. And if you loved one of the ones that we did cover, let us know that in the comments as well. And until next time, we will catch you later. That's what you say. Catch you later.
Bye.
Before we're out of here, do me a favor. If you like this video, let me know. Hit that like button. If you want to catch more videos like this, smash that subscribe button. If you know a business owner or a marketer who could benefit from what we talked about in today's video, share it with them. And check out the other couple videos YouTube's recommending. I bet you'll dig them.